Midland was burning, for Robar II was dead. His realm.
Alright, I've made my choice. We're challenge running Arcania Gothic 4. And I'm just going to let the opening scene play out, and then we'll get into the challenge terms and all stuff. And as usual, I'll put a tab in the video, just so you can skip it.
Destiny seemed to smile on Robar III, and soon he claimed the entire continent as his own. But as he was setting sail to reclaim the southern islands, a shadow fell upon the king and darkened his mind. By the time his troops had landed on the island of Argon and taken Thorniara, the king's mind was no more than a flickering candle in the dark.
The amulet. I must fight. Fight. Fight.
Robar's generals executed his orders to the letter. Lord Hagen led his men to the west of the island, while Lee headed east to lay siege to the royal city of Satarif.
And we wake up in the shattered mind of King Robar III, otherwise known as the Nameless Hero. And you can see that he looks quite different than he did even in the last game, but there's been a graphical engine change, so I guess they sort of had to. I quieted down those voices because, good God, they got very loud there. But we are doing a bow-only challenge run, but as you can see, we only have a sword at the moment, so the entire tutorial section I am going to consider a mulligan for this challenge because you have no choice but to do what it says. It's all very scripted. So once we get into the real game, which is after the prologue, then we will consider the challenge started. So probably this entire first episode is going to end up being considered just whatever, because I have no choice but to use my sword. For this bit at least. And I'll have no choice but to use magic later once it's introduced. I just played the first bit of the intro just to try to come to grips with what exactly was going to be doable and not doable with the challenge run. Unless you just want to consider this an outright failure out of the box, but let's not go down that rabbit hole. So, yeah. Gothic 4. And we are continuing the story, and old friends will return. So they are pretending that this is the actual canon, but I really hope this gets retconned if they end up remaking the whole series, because it's kind of terrible and generic. We'll see how generic it is once we get to the prologue. It's the most generic fantasy prologue of them all. You can see they got some fancy new effects though. Very nice fire effects and magic effects in this game. And yeah, it came out in 2010, and despite being the newest Gothic game, it was actually the hardest one to get running. Even on modern hardware. Wow. My PC was built around the time that this came out, but the game doesn't give a shit, it didn't want to run. So we're just gonna wail on this demon for a bit. But yeah, THQ was the publisher for this game, and those are the lovely lads that are remaking the Gothic franchise. And I don't really trust them with that. And evidenced in that is the fact that the CD that I have, that I bought brand new, was loaded with DRM that has to connect to servers that no longer exist. So my actual hard copy that I own is completely functionally useless. You can install a game, but before it'll let you launch anything, it has to prove like a release date thing, which checks in online, presumably to some server that's been offline for God knows how long. And it just says no. So first thing I did was I went online and I said, okay, get me a no-disc crack for this pronto. And you go to launch the no-disc crack and it's like, oh no, you have to verify the install, and I'm like, of the disc. And I'm like, are you joking? What's the point of having a no-disc crack if I have to prove that there was a disc to begin with? Like, surely the point of that was to get past the validation stage. But anyway. So, had to call up my good source, the Pirate Bay, which I haven't used in many years because it's more convenient to just buy games on Steam, but I paid $60 for this fucking game, played it once, and now it doesn't work because the jackasses that released it didn't have the decency to keep the servers running? Fuck that. I'm not paying another $5 for the Steam version. Even on sale. It can be torrented, and that's all. It's funny, I downloaded the pirated version, and I just grabbed the crack from it and tried plugging it in. Didn't work, so apparently they had to modify the whole game's code and then crack it, which is probably why that other crack file didn't work. Rest assured, the patches and hotfixes and stuff also needed the same CD validation things, so couldn't work with any of it. But anyway, once I installed the Pirate Bay version of the game, then all of a sudden it was fine. I don't advocate piracy, but I do advocate, you know, claiming the things that you fucking own. I paid $60 for this pile of garbage game back in the day when it was brand new, and quite frankly, I'm not paying a penny more on it. Holy crap, these are damage sponges. Come on. And we are supposed to just sit there and wail on them endlessly.
Come back! Come back and fight me!
And now we find the new Nameless hero.
Everything all right?
Ivy?
Did you have nightmares again?
Yeah, with the king in the cave.
It's because you've been sleeping the whole day.
Did you come here just to wind me up?
No, my father's looking for you.
Gromar? What does he want?
No idea. He's in a foul mood, though. He's waiting for you in the village.
Well, I'd better go and talk to him then. How about a kiss?
Not now.
Alrighty, well, yes, there's the new Nameless hero, even though he's obviously got to have a name because he lives in a freaking village. It's not like the original Nameless where he was chucked into a prison colony and nobody cared about his name, so he just didn't have one. This guy grew up here, presumably has a name. How does his girlfriend refer to him? How does the other people in the town refer to him?
I wonder what
But, spoiler warning, his girlfriend and basically this entire town are not long for this world, because otherwise it would be a fantasy RPG.
What is it you're doing behind my back?
Oh, you mean the... I can explain.
Oh, really?
I just want to learn something.
Sure, and my sheep can dance. Stay away from my daughter.
From your daughter? Oh, of course, we want to stay modest until we get married. I want to become a decent man.
You want to marry my daughter?
I love her, and she loves me.
Love. Before you marry Ivy, you'll need to pass 3 trials. It's a tradition in my family.
3 trials? All right. What's the plan then?
Do you know where you can find Melgan's tomb?
Melgan's tomb. Right behind Nut's farm.
Right. Enter the crypt, take Melgan's dagger from his grave, and bring it to me.
The 3 trials to marry your daughter.
What did my father want?
Very generic daughter.
Yes. Have you told him about us?
I'm not that stupid.
Well, someone else must have told him about us then.
What now?
Now I'll recover Melgan's dagger from his grave so we can get married.
You want to marry me?
Don't you?
Sure, it just comes so quickly.
Who would tell your father about us?
Auric, maybe.
You told Auric about us?
No, he saw us and we quarreled about it.
How would they ever know that we're together? I mean, we don't just stand around having very close conversations for hours on end.
Sorry, Shepherd. I can't let you cross the bridge. I've got trouble
Alright,
with mole rats
nut.
in my fields. Until I get rid of them, people are better off staying in the village.
Gromar wants me to go to Melgan's grave.
Ah, Gromar. In that case, I'll let you pass.
Well, I should think so.
Listen, Shepherd, I'll tell you what.
What is it?
I'll give you my club if you kill the mole rats on my fields.
Then give it to me. I'll take care of the mole rats. You've got mole rats on your fields? They don't tolerate sun, do they?
The sunlight doesn't particularly do them good, but they're still dangerous.
Ooh, the dangerous mole rats. We're gonna put this away. Put it away. You fool. So, the terms of the challenge run is... I'm going to use bows only for this run. I was originally going to do no crossbows, but it's quite a long way before we get a crossbow, and we get a bow fairly early on, so to hell with it. And I don't have a bow yet. I'm not allowed to have a bow until we do this challenge, so we're just gonna not kill these at all because we can get away with not doing it. But later on we will have to use magic because otherwise I just can't progress, so that's fine. And then once we're into the real game, that's when the challenge is going to begin. The real game doesn't begin until the village burns to the ground, okay? I said spoilers, but I feel like that's not really a spoiler. It's basically Fable. It has to happen. What else was gonna happen? Gotta have fun with it. Generic terrible fantasy. So, this is interesting. Okay. Yeah, this is where I'm supposed to go. He said, as if he didn't just play the intro yesterday. I did, but I was also incredibly bored because I was waiting for the, you know, the plot twist to happen that didn't happen. Right. This is actually a pretty decent level design because you just walk through linearly, you don't just have to go in and then come back out the way you came. So, points for that. To, I believe, Dreamcatcher Studios. The same lads that made Forsaken Gods, possibly. I did a little bit of background looking on what the Metacritic score for the different games in the series was. Quite interesting. Gothic 1, 81%. Gothic 2, 79%. Which is interesting because I'm pretty sure fans like universally loved it more than Gothic 1, but anyway. It's a Metacritic, so to hell with it. And Gothic 3 was 63%, which, fair enough. I think that was a very generous score for that game. It was incredibly mediocre. But still passing, so whatever. And Forsaken Gods, 44%, which is appropriate. Which, actually, I'd probably rate it lower than that. I'd rate it like 30. Was not very good. And this was back up to like a 63? And I don't know that I would give it that. The combat is very hacky-slashy, and the RPG mechanics are, well, not very good RPG mechanics. They're more the character progression of a, well, hack-and-slash game. So, take that for what it's worth.
Have you got the dagger?
Here is
About it.
Morgan's dagger.
Oh well. The first trial was the easiest anyway.
What's the second one?
You need to show you're able to protect Ivy.
Do you want to fight me?
No. Some smuggler seems to have settled down by the mountain lake. Drive him away from our island and bring me his weapon as a proof.
The gate to the pond is closed. I'll need the key if I'm to take care of this smuggler.
Sure. Here it is. And now go.
Alright, to find the smuggler. This is one thing that actually surprised me yesterday.
I tried to eavesdrop on you, but couldn't hear a thing. What does my father want now?
He gave me the key you normally steal from his nightstand for me.
Why?
I am to drive away Diego from the island.
But that's going to be difficult.
I'll speak with Diego. Maybe he'll come up with something.
And yes, it is that Diego. And honestly, I like his portrayal of this better than I do in Gothic 3. So, take that for what it's worth. And I feel like this version of Diego is what they took inspiration of for their remake version of Diego, which I hated, so whatever. But this, I don't know. Seemingly old Diego passes pretty well in my books.
Here you are again, my friend. How are your bruises doing?
Not too bad.
Oh, in that case, do you want to practice again?
I'd like to, but...
But what?
Gromar ordered me to drive you away from the island and bring him your saber as proof.
Really? Now why'd he want to do that?
Oh, it's a trial or something. Before I marry Ivy.
Well then, you've got a problem.
Looks like it. What are we going to do now?
I need to return to Argan soon anyway. Show me that you have learned something from me, and I will give you an old, notched machete for Gromar.
Do you know why Gromar wants to get rid of you?
Well, my friend, I guess it's because he owes me money. Or he wanted to give you a trial that you'd never pass.
Isn't Gromar going to figure out the scam with the machete?
Nah, he's never even been here himself. He sends Auric, his servant, to purchase goods from me.
Let's fight!
I guess I shouldn't have unequipped that, Oh, I can't throw a punch? What? Okay. Diego, you're gonna have to give me a minute. Give me a minute. Give me a sec, Diego. I made a mistake. Which is better? This is better. There we go. Okay. So we're gonna beat Diego up with a shtick. It's fine. Is the challenge anything that's made out of wood is okay? I guess we could do that. Like, at least for the prologue anyway. The club is okay. Alright. Just... It's such simple combat though. You just like, mash the button until you run out of stamina, even though your stamina meter never goes down.
Not bad. I surrender.
Ooh, you're getting old. Will you give me the machete now?
Easy, easy, my friend. First, you'll show me you can also fight against someone who doesn't wish you well.
Who should I fight then?
If you head down the path to the beach, you'll find some goblins skulking around my boat. They skedaddle every time I come near, and I'm too lazy to chase after them. Take care of them for me, and I'll give you the machete.
Done deal, Diego. Such a nice man. Smuggler. Yeah, I could see Diego being a smuggler. Seems fitting. I mean, was he a smuggler in Gothic 2? That's the only time we really got any real character background on him. We just knew that he was actually a decent guy that screwed people over a little bit. Mostly because he was on to other people who were scam artists. I don't remember what the hell the guy's name was that he kicked out of his house, but... And the goblins all have some particular tribe name in this. Alright, well... Also, you have to unlock the ability to do a power attack. But that's fine because we won't be doing that. Show the character progression tree once we level up. It's really easy for the bow only challenge run. There's literally only one thing that I can put points into. It's all just generic bow skill. Take everything. Take everything. Is there anything to loot over here? No. For some reason I thought there was. I just played this yesterday. It's fine. It doesn't matter. I don't care. It's the intro section of the game. We're not paying attention. We're rushing through so that we can get to the actual challenge bits. And it just lets me spiel off all of the constraints and all the problems that I've had along the way. That's usually how the first episode goes. The first episode is always the most nerve-wracking one because oftentimes it's the only one that people watch.
I caught the goblins. They are dead.
Ah, now, my friend, you really proved you know your business.
So you'll give me the machete now?
Yes, here it is. Send my best to old Gromar. Oh, you better not. After all, you've driven me away from the island.
No, he was leaving anyway, so kind of technically accurate, right? But yes. Most people usually only watch the first one, which is fair, you know. The content's not for everybody, and it's the first flavor or first bit of flavor that you get of what you're getting for the rest of the run. So, but yeah, that does usually mean that there's more pressure on the first episode than any others. And in my old fashion, I just kind of wing it. I'm gonna try to not fight these guys because the less fighting I can do, that's quote unquote breaking the rules, the better. Okay. Oh, no, no, no. They're so close to going away. Thought I was gonna have to fight for a second there. Oops. That's not what we want to do.
What about that smuggler? Did you drive him away?
I drove the smuggler away. Here's the proof.
Not bad. But don't get your hopes up too soon. One trial is still to be passed.
What is it?
You have to prove to me that you can provide for Ivy. So I want you to hunt 3 big and strong deer, and to bring their antlers to me as a proof.
I have no bow. Can you lend me one?
No. After all, you have legs and a machete. In my time, we had to slay boars with our bare hands.
I'll manage then.
We'll see. I told Ivy to open the gate to the deer thickets for you when you're done with the smuggler. Just go see her.
Yay, we leveled up. Okay. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, this terrible character progression. There is a grand total of 8 things you can put points into, and we will be putting all of them into precision because that's all we care about. Yeah. Kinda sucks. Also, it sucks that the stamina meter doesn't work. I wonder if that was patched at some point and I just didn't put it in.
Did Diego give you the machete?
He did. I've already shown it to your father.
What did Diego ask of you for it?
He wanted me to kill some goblins. And that's what I did.
You fought goblins? Really?
That's right. Now I need to hunt a few stags.
How are you going to accomplish that?
I'll chase them until they drop.
Oh, I'd like to see that.
You're a huntress, aren't you? Can't you give me your bow?
I can't give it to you. It'd be against the rules. But I accidentally left it inside the hunting blind. You can go fetch it there.
Thanks, Ivy.
Wait, I'll unlock the gate for you. Have fun with the stags. And if you run out of arrows, come and see me. I'll slip you some.
The way her face like doesn't quite move, but still moves when she's talking is a little bit creepy. Maybe that's just me. Alright, so we got our bow that she can't give to me, but it's just laying here and she told me about it, so... yeah. That wasn't the bow. The bow's in here. So I know. Alright. And there's another thing, we're going to put the arrows in this slot so I know how many I've got at all times. Alright. Oh, and I wasted a potion because I'm just that great. Lovely. I don't hate the bow mechanic in this. Like the waiting for like the 3 power levels to line up. It's not too bad. Of course. Oh god, the stupid goblins. Okay, look, dude, I don't want to fight right now. Can you just leave me alone? But like, this is holding perfectly still. Look at how much the aim wavers. Like, it is ridiculous. You'd have to be pretty drunk to move that much. Okay, can we put it away? We're gonna quickly do this because I don't want to waste arrows on goblins. Because we're gonna need them later. Is that everything we needed? Oh, let's just do one more for good measure. Hello! Okay, because we apparently automatically gain the antlers as soon as it hits. For the purposes of the quest, and no other reason. Okay, I'm gonna have to just let these goblins go. Go away, guys. You don't need me. Well, we got the antlers. We can prove our worth. That's not the end of proving things, though. Come on. Where did the guy go? He's still in here. He's just further back. Gotcha. Can't stand still, can we?
Did you bag the deer?
Here are the antlers. Are they magnificent enough?
Yes, they are.
Then I have your blessing.
You do. Here, take this relic as a sign of my consent.
What kind of relic is it?
Many years ago, my grandfather brought it here from Argan. They say there are many more there like this one. He who finds them all will achieve glory and riches. Whenever my grandfather talked about it, he had a big grin on his face.
Oh, yeah?
Well, nobody will ever manage to find all the relics on Argan. After all, one of them's here in Fesher. You do, but you'll have to do one more thing.
Another trial?
No trial, my son. You'll need an engagement bangle for Ivy and her consent.
A bangle? I guess I should talk to Hallwyn about it. Maybe he can help me.
You do that, my son.
Well, let's go find this Hallwyn then. Oh wait, that was mighty convenient.
So did Gromar consent at last?
Yes, he just did.
Well, congratulations.
All I need now is an engagement bangle for Ivy, but I can't afford one, actually.
Speak to Auric. He found some amber on the beach a couple of days ago. Get some from him, and I'll make you a bangle.
You do that?
Sure. What are friends for?
You do that. You literally just said you were expecting that he would do something about it, so I don't know why you're so surprised.
Right.
Auric the Orc, and we can see that they changed the orc design again as well. They're very generic looking orcs.
Shepherd.
Yes.
Auric, I heard you found some amber on the beach.
Yes, Shepherd. Beautiful amber.
Could I get it off you?
To keep?
Yeah, I need it for an engagement bangle for Ivy.
Auroch is a servant and trader.
So?
Trader Auroch wants gold.
I have none.
Servant Auroch wants to be a master.
What do you mean?
The shepherd will be Auroch's servant. Then Auroch gives the shepherd the amber for free.
I see. What should I do for you?
Auroch likes blue toadstools. They grow in a cave with a door in the middle of the deer thickets. Auroch always goes to pick mushrooms himself, but now Auroch has a servant. The servant takes the key and brings 6 blue toadstools. Yes.
Sure.
Give me the key. I'll get you the blue toadstools.
Run, servant, run! Auroch's hungry.
Okay, to the deer thickets. Wherever they are, up here.
Hey, shepherd.
Yes, I know Auric. Everyone moves around after you talk to them. I don't know if anybody's noticed. Like, they're incapable of standing in the same place. I don't know if that's like for an additional point of realism because people would generally wander around, but it doesn't even make sense. They just wander different places to stand still. Ah, shit. More goblins. Quick, get in. Unfortunately, we can't close the doors behind us because everything's just a one-time interactable item. It's not actually a usable door. Let's see, there's a... Okay, you know what? There's a chest there that I would very much like to use. So, how's about we kill this one? Shoot in the head. Okay, there we go. I got him. And they got a little bit of gold. Maybe it is worthwhile killing the goblins. See, I'm more worried about ammunition right now. Gold is probably good. Right, before we leave town, we're going to have to rob everyone. Okay, is there another chest here? I don't think you guys ever give me arrows. But the other stuff does. And they'll chase me too long. Okay. This might have been a mistake. There's 4 of them. And there's stuff here. They're quite slow though. Chest. Okay. I kind of want the contents of that chest, just in case one of them is something I want. The only thing I want being arrows at this point. Come on, dude. This is very slow bow. Okay. At least we can still dodge roll with the bow. That's nice. We can get it to dodge real quick. Okay, come on. Oh no. Also, if I kill them, maybe I won't be severely underleveled. One down. Yeah, because they give me a decent chunk of XP. Not that I have a fucking clue what I'm supposed to have right off the bat. Come on. Alright, so when they're doing their power attack, I can't tell if they actually take damage. And that's another thing that I kind of noticed with this game is you can be very close to an enemy and it'll just start wailing away even if you're not within its attack range. And it's kind of terrible. It's more the error that kind of gives away the fact that it's more of a hack and slash game. It's not meant for like proper engagement. They just start attacking and if you happen to stumble into their attack area then you die. Or they just gank you in a cave where you can't move and then you have no choice but to take all the attacks. Okay, good. Potions and stuff. Make up for the fact that I wasted one. Right. It only takes a few arrows to kill each goblin, so it's not too terrible. I don't think I get anything from these mole rats, so I'm not going to kill them. I really just wanted the chest was all. Like in a more traditional Gothic game, those would have actually attacked me. I'd done something. Alright. She said go to her for more arrows, but is that really necessary? Or can I do that at any time, maybe?
Where are the mushrooms?
Right here.
Here are the blue toadstools. I found them.
Good servant, quick servant.
How about the amber?
Can't have it, shepherd. Halwyn might make something nice with it for the young lady. Good day, shepherd.
I can't tell if he's enslaved or if he's an actual paid servant. It's hard to say with the chains and stuff, but he walks free.
Have you got the amber?
Here's the amber.
Excellent. I've already prepared everything. I'll just put the amber into its setting. So that's it. Satisfied?
Good work, Halwyn. Looks quite precious.
Nervous?
Yeah, a little.
Ah, don't sweat it. She's pregnant. She won't say no.
What?
She hasn't told you yet then.
Ivy's pregnant? How?
Didn't you, know what I mean?
Yes, but...
Well, then you shouldn't be surprised. Here, take the bangle and go see her. You'll be alright.
Ah, don't sweat it. She's pregnant. Excuse me? Just gonna rob this guy blind. Because we're the worst friend. And I literally don't care about these people. I mean, this place is not gonna last terribly long anyway. In fact, we should probably rob everyone's house before we go. Because I think... Oh no, there's one more thing that has to happen, but either way. Ivy's sitting over there, so we've got a ways to go. This is between that. It's fine. Still being efficient about things.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
Are you pregnant?
Who told you?
Halwyn!
The idiot!
So you really are?
I've always wanted a baby. Haven't you?
Yes, but that... it's also sudden.
Fair enough. Was there anything else you wanted from me?
That's the end of that conversation? Really?
Your father gave me his blessing. And I have an engagement bangle here for you. Will you marry me?
Yes, I will.
You will?
I will. One condition, though.
What condition?
Promise me that we'll travel to Argon right after the wedding.
But you're pregnant.
That's the point. Before I become as round as a ball, I'd like to experience a real adventure and leave this barren island.
Then I should talk to Diego.
Hurry, he was going to leave Fesher for good.
Yeah, before you become round as a ball. Alright. Do you know how pregnancy works? You're gonna be very sick. You're gonna have a shit time, probably. You don't really want to be adventuring. Trust me on this one. So I just want to see if your dad has something that I can steal. No. Oh. Alright, she wants to travel. Well, we happen to know someone that's leaving. Don't we? Diego will take us. I think he even said Argon, didn't he? Did she say Argon specifically? I don't even know what island we're on. We're somewhere in the islands, like, by the Corinus area.
Nut.
Oh.
What do you want?
Smack you in the mouth because of Ivy.
You really think you can?
You asshole. I'll finish you off.
Well then. Let's fight.
You
I'll
asshole.
turn you into a sheep.
Alright, well. The goblin isn't helping. Hey, where are you going? You didn't like the fact that I pulled the bow out? Buddy.
I'll turn you into a sheep.
Now you're gonna be the sheep, buddy.
So what, shepherd? Stop. You win.
Leave Ivy alone. Do you understand?
Yes, sure, yes. I'll leave her alone.
Where'd the arrows go? Also, like how the goblins just forgot what was happening. You can tell there's something really messy with the programming. It's probably ripe for abuse. Hey, so we're gonna go up to Diego's house. Up here in the cliffs. Definitely not the place of finery that we'd expect. Once again, it's very reminiscent of that Gothic remake. I totally get the attitude that they were going with Diego's little stash there. I wish the guys that were on that development team who, you know, played the original games rather than this crap. I know THQ likes throwing stuff, but still.
What can I do for you? With a grin like that on your face, Gromar must have given you his blessing.
That he did.
Then let me in on it.
Ivy wants to go with me to Argan.
There's a war going on, my friend. That's no place for lovers.
When you started to teach me, you promised to bring me to Argan one day.
Back then, you were going to travel alone. Now Ivy wants to accompany you.
You were a good teacher. I am absolutely capable of protecting her.
You are able to protect her? Prove it.
Do you want to fight me again?
No. I have a bundle of rare herbs here for Lirka. Take it to her.
You want me to go to Lirka? The witch? I'd have to cross the dark forest. They say the wildest animals on the island live there.
You don't have to go. You can stay on Fesher with Ivy and herd sheep.
Give me the bundle. I'll take it to Lirka.
All right, here you are. And here's a key, too. Use it to open the door at the end of my cave. Go east until you find a path. Follow it to the northwest. It will lead you to Lirka's hut.
That sentence first started out as kindness and then turned dickish. You don't have to go. Unless you want to stay here and herd sheep. Thanks, Diego. Thanks for the ultimatum. I'm good on the sheep herding. Now, there's a section coming up where we're forced to use magic. And, I think I'm also forced to use the club, because when I tried doing it with arrows, it wasn't fast enough, like it needed to deal damage quite quickly. So, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to do that, so just just deal with it. We will stick to the proper challenge parameters and all that stuff once we get into the real deal. I know I'm going more north, but I'm mostly just avoiding stuff. Oh look, another cave. Oh no! Those little bastards. They're not a good time. They're like little baby mine crawlers, but they're creepy and they can do a lot of damage very quickly. It's quite cool actually, it's a cool mechanic. They will actually burrow underground and then unburrow themselves in front of you to attack you. Some thought did go into the making of this, unfortunately just not in a lot of the right places. Actually gonna check over here too. Some mana plants. Not that we need them, but I'm gonna need money eventually. The sparkling butterflies around them. It's kind of a nice thing to help them stick out. I mean, it doesn't help the realism factor, but it's player convenience. Alright.
Well, afraid of Lyrica, the witch from the dark forest.
I'm not afraid.
Might be, might not be. My nose is telling me. Might be.
Diego sent me.
Yes, I know.
I bring you herbs.
Give them to me.
Here are the herbs. I'll leave then.
Leave? No. You aren't here just because of the herbs.
Diego didn't mention anything else.
Didn't he, eh? But he promised he'd send you. Yes, he surely did.
Why would he?
Because I asked him to.
You? Why?
Because I sensed something right after they found you. Something that must be awakened.
You said you sensed something right when they found me. What did you mean by that?
Alma isn't your mother.
Yes, she is. I'm positive.
No, she's not. Found you on the beach after a stormy night. She did.
I don't believe you.
Ask her when you get back to the village.
Sensed? Something that must be awakened. I don't understand any of this.
Something slumbers in your chest. Some power. Some magic power.
Nothing I know of.
Yes, yes. I can sense it. It must only be awakened.
How?
Just close your eyes.
Good. I trust you. See, I'm closing my eyes.
Yes. That's very good.
Well, maybe not so good.
Awake again.
How long have I been sleeping?
Oh, a couple of hours.
What?
Awakening of magic takes its time.
Can I cast spells now?
Maybe. Maybe only make use of magical scrolls.
Where are we here?
In a cave under the dark forest.
I know this cave.
From your dreams.
Yes, that's right. What are we doing here?
Want to do me a favor?
A favor?
Loam vermin are everywhere in this cave. Loads of them, eh? Steel alone won't suffice if you're planning on killing them all. Loam vermins retract into their shells, just like turtles. But you can prevent that using lightning, eh?
With lightning?
Here. Take this magical scroll. Kill the lone vermin. They make my trees sick. And don't forget the queen.
All right, I won't.
If you don't have any more scrolls, but don't you
Okay,
We got some more magic scrolls.
use
fine. We will use the scrolls. Where are they? They are. Yeah, and I'm going to make this. No, we can't do that. Fine, I will make it 6. Alright, so we'll try this with the bow one more time, but last time I gave it a go, it did not work. Because you gotta do the lightning cycle, and then do damage to them, and it's gotta be a very quick thing. And the bow just isn't quite fast enough. Come on. Yeah, see. That's why. Alright. So then we smack it around. And then smack it around. Come on. There we go. 6 more of these to go. Well, this one's gonna run a little bit long because I am dead determined. Oh, these are little things. Yeah, told you we're gonna have to fight them. And there's always lots of them. Okay. Let's try not to miss, though.
what's up.
Well, you know, just killing little critters. Dirt crawlers. Oh, yeah, see, creepy little bastards. Okay. I think that's sufficient stuff with the bow. Unfortunately, you walk super slow once you've got something equipped, which is quite annoying. These guys are really easy to kill with the bow. Oh. Sorry. With the club, because you basically just like wail it around in every direction, away they go, but we're gonna try to do as much as we can without the use of the club. Oh my god. More of them. Okay, come on. And I gotta give them credit, like they made the bow shooting like quite satisfying. Like it feels impactful and it makes a nice sound when it hits something. Definitely better than Gothic 3. Literally anything's better than that. Okay, and then back to the club. Club's made out of wood, still good. Okay, come on. Just have to cycle back and forth a couple of times and away we go. I really hope that there isn't something like this for like the final boss or something. I do remember there was a final boss for this, and then it kind of leaves on like this big old cliffhanger, and then nothing ever happens. Although, apparently there's actually a sequel to this. Or, well, actually no, it's a standalone expansion of the same era as Forsaken Gods. So you can imagine how great that probably is. I didn't even know it existed, that's how bad it is. And also, this got a Metacritic score of 63. Forsaken Gods got a 44. The expansion to this, or continuation, whatever you want to call it, got a 41. So even the critics thought it was worse than Forsaken Gods. So it's something truly special. Come on. I am back. I'm desperately trying to kill these stupid loam vermin, but the little baby crawlers keep getting in the way. Unfortunately, the dialogue is like quite slowly paced. I guess he wasn't quite ready. Zapped him in, not out. Luckily, the weapon switching's pretty quick. Otherwise, this wouldn't work. I probably had to make it instant. There we go. Okay. Only got 16 scrolls left. Oh no! And just like Gothic 3 and Forsaken Gods, this is gonna have repetitiveness out the wazoo, I'm pretty sure. Maybe we can find a more clever way about doing things later. Right now we're kind of hamstrung, but interesting ways of doing things, we will do our best to find them. Okay, come on. I mean, I'm sure these creatures exist later in the game and we'll have to use magic, but, you know, as long as they're not part of the main quest progression, we should be golden. And if I was, you know, a good researcher, I would play it once beforehand, and that's kind of the reason why I decided to play this instead of Arcania. I mean, that and the playtime thing, obviously. I'd rather get this crap out of the way and then enjoy that. Because if the math is right on that one, it's actually going to take longer than the Gothic 2 playthrough, and that was a long playthrough. Got more arrows. I think that was the longest one at 50 hours. Somewhere's around there anyway. So if Arcania actually takes 60 hours, and it says it's advertised at 60 plus. But I was doing some reading on like average playtimes because they're usually pretty close on how long it takes me to do a challenge run of a game that I actually know what I'm doing. And even Forsaken Gods was pretty close, so fair enough. But that one said that it was about 70 hours, so that will be my longest series by far. And I'm kind of hoping to finish it once before I try to challenge it. That's my low-level goal anyway. We'll see if that happens. I don't know if I'm going to have time to like play this for, you know, the recordings and then play that in the background, as much as I want to play that more than this. By a landslide. Come on. Zap it. Schmack it. Jab it. And schmack it. It's what, 3 cycles? There we go. We gotta kill the queen. Can't remember if she's got more of these little guys. Oh, but we should level up. That's what we should do. More points into this. We're gonna cap out the level of the archery real quickly. Kinda happens if you only have one stat that does general progression for a single skill. Oh, yeah. Sure does. At least the nice thing is you don't have to go for full power, and because it actually gives you an indication of your power level, you're not just guessing like in Forsaken Gods. So this is one instance where the less minimalistic UI is better. Although weirdly enough, creatures and stuff don't have health bars. I don't know if you noticed. Which is really freaking annoying because it's always a guess as to how far along something is. You never know how tough something is until you fight it, which might have been intentional. I mean, in all fairness, in the other Gothic games, you didn't really know how tough something was until you hit it and go, oh, its health bar's not moving. I'm screwed. I need to go. There's the queen. 6 cycles gonna be enough? Guess we'll find out. This guy needs stamina like you would not believe. Come on, hit it. Okay. Oh, man. Ow. Holy crap, okay. Let's not fail this out of the gate. Now, I assume they heal a bit while they're in there. Because like I said, like, I could knock off a couple of shots with the bow, and it wasn't enough. So I assume they must recover some HP while they're there. Oh. Oh, we're out of magic. So I guess we gotta go find Laffy McLaughpants. Cackles McLaugh pants. That would have been better. Okay. So, there she is. How come you didn't move up? You moved up every other time I did something. Oh,
We got
scrolls.
some more magic scrolls.
Lousy aim.
I know. I'm not efficient. Leave me alone. 20 scrolls. So that's 20 cycles with the spell. I hope that's enough. The club's not very good. We do still have Diego's machete. I think that's the weapon you're intended to use to fight this thing, but I'm gonna try to stick to the wood. It seems more fitting of the challenge. Okay. Come on, smack it. Okay. There's a lot more hit cycles than before. Okay, come on. Alright. Yay! Huh. And here it comes.
No! Ivy! Ivy!
Come with me, my friend. I will take you to Argan.
And now the real story begins.
What do you intend to do now?
Avenge myself upon Robar III and his cursed paladins.
You wouldn't know a sword from a toothpick. They'd mince you.
You want Ivy's death to go unavenged? And what about that of my mother and my friends?
No, but what if there was a way to avenge yourself without storming right into your death?
Let's hear it.
It is said that there is an ancient temple somewhere in the mountains. They say there's a blessed anvil there. Robar's paladins search for the temple because they want to use the anvil to forge weapons for their campaign against Argan.
I see. And I should interfere with their plans.
Exactly. And if the anvil really does exist, forge yourself something to speed your vengeance.
Where should I start looking for the temple?
On the hill back there, in the Cleaved Maiden Tavern, you'll find a mage by the name of Duranis there. He knows a lot of the old stories. Talk to him. Maybe he'll have heard of the temple.
How do you know about the Paladin's plans?
When I was still at Robar's court, I always kept a watchful eye on Lord Hagen and his men. And many a maid servant of the Paladins kept an ear open for me.
So who is this Lord Hagen?
He commands the Paladins and is a member of Robar's High Council.
Will you join me?
No, you need to learn to stand on your own 2 feet. I'll be sailing on to Stewart. When you arrive in Stewart, talk to the landlord at the Cliff Tavern. He'll know where to find me.
Alright, we're left on our own. The real challenge lays before us, and we're gonna pick it up next time. So, this wasn't really the challenge run bit. Everything from this point on will be challenge run bits, so we're going to put this away. And we're gonna continue on, but we're just gonna stand here like a dope, and we'll continue next time. So, stay tuned for that, and have yourselves a good one.